Okay, we're joined by head coach Brennan. Coach, can you start us off with an opening statement?
Hello. What a game. What a game. Congratulations to Coach Rolovich and his staff, those kids from Hawaii. What a battle. It seemed like it was never going to end. Everybody, both sides, just kept fighting and fighting and fighting. And I was really proud of how our team played. We didn't play well enough to get it done. That starts with me. I got to coach them better. And but they played. It was amazing. So I've never been in a 5 overtime game. I've been in a lot of overtime games, but not 5 like that. And to see our kids continue to get a stop or continue to make a play and either extend it or give us a chance to win it, it's just, I'm just really proud of our team. And I'm disappointed that we didn't get a win. Our players are just really, really hurting in there, as you can imagine. You play for that long. You play that long for that hard, and it's going to hurt. And so we're all hurting. Like I'm sure our fans and alumni and all the good people that were here for the game for homecoming. I thought the crowd was fantastic. They stayed with us, through all 5 overtimes and were cheering for us, and it was a special night. It could have been fantastic if we could have found a way to finish it. So I'm disappointed, but I'm proud of where we're going.
Coach, it was obviously a tough, heartbreaking loss. What do you tell the players, even the coaches, to keep morale and motivation up?
Well, I tell the players, I tell the coaches that we need to coach better. Right? I tell the coaches we need to get our asses in here and get to work and get it fixed. We had 5 chances to close the door and we didn't, right? So to me, that's the easy one. With the players, it's a little trickier, but I think the way they fought tells you that they want to do this. It tells you that they're invested and they want to, they want to be all in. And, like I said, those kids are hurting in there. And so, I'm anxious to get back in there and give them a hug and tell them we'll see them tomorrow. We'll get back to work on it.
Coach, did you come into the game thinking Josh Love would be playing all the way? Had you already made the decision that he would be the starter, and going forward off of what he played tonight, I'm assuming he's the starter?
Yeah, I thought Josh played really good tonight. Obviously I haven't seen the stat sheet yet, but I thought he pushed the ball down the field big. I thought he stood in there. He showed some real toughness, hung in there, took some shots. I think the team's really, really rallied around him. So I was really excited about how Josh played. So, I think if he can continue to grow and improve each week like he seems to be doing, I think we're going to be excited.
Hey, Coach. You already mentioned you've never been in a 5 overtime game, but where does this game rank in just your coaching career in terms of craziness?
Yeah, in terms of craziness, yeah, I've never been in one like this. Like I said, I'm just still not over the fact that we didn't get it done, right? And that's the thing that's killing me. But it was amazing. The kids battled, coaches battled. I thought our defense was lights out again for the most of the game against a really good defensive or offensive football team, right? They came in here leading the nation in offensive football. And, I thought Coach Odom and our staff did a great job. I thought we had a good plan. How many yards we have? 500? We threw for 450 or something, right? So there was a lot of good in that game. I think that's the hard part. You don't get the win, so we all feel like crap. But there's a lot of good in that game. The kids fought. I don't know how many total plays we have. 86. It's just a long day. But I was proud of our team. I thought they did a good job. Like I said, I need to coach them better, and it all falls on me.
Coach, you had 9 different receivers with at least a catch. You had 7 receivers with multiple catches. Can you talk about Josh Love's decision making and what you saw out of him?
Well, I think he's growing in that regard, and I think Kevin McGivens doing a nice job schematically putting stuff together where the ball can end up in different people's hands. I think Gundy, Coach Gunderson is doing a nice job with Josh, and Josh is really eager to learn, right? So he's starting to get these game reps that are stacking with the practice reps that are stacking with the film work and the extra effort he puts in. So I think he just keeps jumping. Hopefully he's going to keep jumping into being a better and better player. He played well tonight.
Back to me. So many huge big plays on the offense. The 42-yard pass, the 70-yard pass, the 55-yard pass. This offense breaking out and showing the ability to have big plays. I know you had a couple already this season, but you got to feel like the offense is really turning the corner and starting to break out, right?
No, I think it's exciting. I do. It's I think that's just a little bit of consistency. Obviously, a big part of that is your playmakers making plays, which, I thought lots of guys did that tonight. Bailey, Josh Oliver was fantastic. Josh Love getting the ball out to the right people, spreading it around a little bit. Trey Walker had a nice play on our sideline late in the game. So there was a lot of good stuff to see. And I do think the chance of I think Coach McGivens doing a nice job just with the scheme and the ball can go to multiple places. So I like that about it.
Hello. Despite the outcome, the players' momentum was really great tonight. Do you feel like this is a step moving forward in the right direction for next week's game?
I hope so. I really hope this is a big step moving forward. I think that the energy, the attitude on the sideline, like even in the fifth overtime, the guys were going crazy. They were into it. They were emotionally energized. I thought it was really, really good. And we had an awesome week of practice, and I think that shows, in those moments where it gets really tough and, guys kept finding a way to make a play and, took turns doing good stuff. We took turns making mistakes on offense and defense and kicking him. So those are the things that me as a head coach and us as a coaching staff need to fix.
A little bit higher level picture question. There is momentum. I know you won't say there is, and over the last couple games, and where would you put this game in the trajectory?
I believe that. I believe that. I believe if you watch us play the last 2 weeks, I think you would say we're getting better.
Yeah.
I think we can say that, and so, and that's really compliment to the players and to the assistant coaches. Everyone is working their asses off trying to get us better. The players are putting in the work. The coaches are putting in the work. The training room, the weight room, the administration, everybody is trying to help us build a championship program here. And we are working really hard at it. And I believe we're moving that way. I really do. The frustrating part is that we haven't validated it yet this year with a win, right? And we've had really, you can't say Washington State was an opportunity, but 3 of the other games we were in with a chance to win, and so that's the hard part. But we're going to get there.
Bit of a different note, James Jones was on the sideline during the game showing his support. Just your thoughts on your former receiver and how, obviously, him being inducted to the San Jose State Hall of Fame. Just your thoughts on
that. James Jones being here, supporting the team. He's awesome. I love him. He's one of my favorite guys. Got to see him and his family last night and today. Just having coaching him here, he's the guy that gave me my first hug when I came off the field here, when I was walking off the field after the game. So I'm so proud of James and just the man he's become. Being inducted to the Hall of Fame in his football career, that's all well and good, but to see him be a dad, to see him be a husband, and to see him, making good on the situation that he grew up in, it's a magical story. And so there's not one person I've ever met that doesn't love James Jones. If he walked in here, you'd think he's just got that kind of personality. He treats everybody with incredible respect and love. He's just awesome.
Coach, you talk about showing improvement and your team doing that. One area that I've seen a lot of improvement in from last year to this year is the run defense. Can you kind of talk about that and its improvement and like the leadership with Boogie Roberts and Bryson and Silosi? Yeah,
I think that's a big part of it is those seniors up front, and don't forget about Jamal Scott and Ethan Aguayo, those guys, Jesse Asuna, those guys are a big part of that. So I do think that those guys are playing for each other. I think we're getting really good play from our safeties, Jay Leonard and Trey Webb. So I think there's just a lot of good stuff happening on that side of the ball that we can feel good about from the leadership. And really it all starts with the run defense. If you can stop people from running the ball, you're going to have a chance to be in football games.
Coach, can you talk a little bit about Josh Oliver's game today and his 70-yard touchdown today?
Josh is fantastic. He's just he's a team captain. He's a good guy. He's a hard worker. You come watch us practice, watch him. You want to be good, practice like he does. He's just fantastic. So, obviously he's a huge weapon for us. And, it's awesome to see him break out a little bit. I thought Josh Love did a great job finding him in some of those things where protection broke down and Josh was kind of on the move and got out and got the ball to J.O. So there was some really good stuff that way.
Any more questions for Coach?
Can you share what you might have said to Coach Rolovich?
I just gave him a hug, told him I loved him. I mean, he came over, he was like yelling at our team. He's like, "You guys played your asses off. Way to go. What a game." I said the same thing to him. What a game. Gave him a hug, said I love him, and I'd see him later.
Coach, obviously, it doesn't all fall on him, but tough game for Bryce Crawford. What do you tell him, and how do you let him know that you're still going to be an important factor in us the rest of the season, and that you're still going to count on him?
Bryce Crawford is the best kicker in our conference, right? So he might have missed a couple kicks tonight. I'm not worried about Bryce. He's a competitor. He's a hard worker. Bryce is going to be great. Bryce will come back better than ever.
Is that it? Coach, thank you very much.
Thank y'all.
Next we've got Josh Love.
Did you know coming in that you were going to play the whole game, and that decision, and how did you feel about how you played today?
Wasn't really told that specifically, but how the reps were during practice this week, that's what my mindset was.
And how did you feel about how you played?
I feel like I played well. There's definitely throws that need to hit, especially on the goal line earlier in the game. We just need to fully execute whenever we get a chance to make a play.
First off, good game. Also, James Jones said that he talked to you guys before the game. How was that like?
It was incredible. Seeing a guy like that, an All-Pro, Super Bowl champion, a guy that played here and was in our shoes, for him to come out and fire stuff like that was awesome.
You actually did far better than I think anybody would ever thought. Was this probably, would you say, your best game, and what are the aspects? Like, you think you've proven your spot that you are the starter for the rest of the season?
I think, we have to win. That's what it all comes down to. I need to get better, and I can't be satisfied until we win.
Josh, can you talk about the connection? It seems like you've been building a good connection with both Bailey and Josh. Can you talk about the connection that you have with them?
First off, they're my roommates, so I'm with them all the time. Yeah, I'm with them all the time. We constantly going over stuff and have a good camaraderie with them and connection, and those guys are big-time players.
Staggering numbers you put up today: 451 yards, 3 touchdowns. Just what worked today? What worked personally and out there on the field?
I think having a bye week right before conference is really big for us, and Coach McGiven had a great game plan. We were able to work on it for 2 weeks, and it showed today what we could do.
The big plays, so many huge passes, the 70-yard, the 55, 42. You got to feel really positive about how the offense kind of has been breaking out, and what happened on each of those long passes.
First off, is great play call, great protection. Was able to identify who I want to throw to, and those guys make the plays. I just put it in a spot.
What happened on each specific? Like, what did you
First one was to Bailey, I believe. This man coverage, they like to play a lot of man, and I feel like with Bailey's speed and with Josh's size and athleticism, we can beat those guys deep.
How about the Oliver one?
The Oliver one.
That was 70 and set up.
Oh yeah, that was right. He ran a wheel route. I saw the mismatch on him with the safety, and I just delivered it down the field. Had to step in the pocket, give him a chance.
And the third one was to Gaither, 42 yards. That set up
Was
the
that-
first score.
First one to get. Oh yeah, right. He ran a post. Same thing, man on man. He's one of the fastest guys in the conference. Just got to put it up for him.
So, like from an outside view, you guys showed a lot of energy out there. I mean, it was building onto the crowd. How does it feel knowing that you have teammates where you guys can build each other up and kind of feed off of each other's energy? And
I feel like that's exactly how it was today. I love everyone in that room. I think today was great because we really fed off each other, like you said. Defense is making plays, we're making plays on offense. That's what we need to carry forward, and we're really close. We're really close to snapping, and we just got to keep grinding and keeping our head up and go next week.
Any other questions for Josh? Josh, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next up is Boogie Rob.
Hey, Boogie. Good game today. First of all, obviously you being part of the D-line, and you guys have been really, really improved in run defense compared to last year. Can you talk about that?
I just feel like we're just a year older. In terms of last year, we had a lot of injuries, so a lot of young guys had to step up. And so last year, teams would kind of pick on us because they knew we had freshmen out there, but now everybody's a year older and mature, and people have game experience, so everybody knows what to expect. So no matter who he puts in the game, everybody's ready to go. So we have a nice rotation and things like that, and we have 10 to 12 guys we can count on any given Saturday.
Boogie, defensively, just straight up, just what worked and what didn't work tonight?
Well, first of all, I want to give Hawaii credit. They fought back, they battled. They were down in the beginning, they didn't give up. I feel like we played the run well. We held the run. I think like 3 yards a carry, a lot of attempts. And then passing, they made plays, but a couple of them were missed assignments on our part. So we just got to go back and watch the film and fix it. But they made more plays than us today to win the game, so they came out on top.
Definitely seems from the fourth quarter on, the defense, you guys are trying to hit a home run. The last of regulation, you almost had that. Were you guys just trying to bring it home on the defensive side, not counting anybody else?
Just all summer and through the season, we pride ourselves on just beating somebody in overtime and in the fourth quarter. So we felt it, we just knew it was right there. And we were just feeding off the energy from the crowd and off the moment. It was a senior's last homecoming. And I just wanted it so bad for my teammates and my brothers. But we came up short, but we just got to keep pushing. Yeah.
Okay. So that touchdown was made. Was that the original play, or was there another playing process?
No, that was the original play. When we first hired the OC, I probably was the first one in his room. It's my last year. Can you throw me in there? And he was like, I always take care of my senior D lineman. And he came through, and then this week we put it in, and they trusted me, and I just got the ball and ran straight. But it was really the O-line. We battle those guys every day in practice, and for them to go out there and block like that for me, man, I'm just so proud of them.
5 overtimes. I'm assuming you've never been in a 5 overtime game. Do you kind of forget that you're tired? Do you just go out there and, what's that feeling like, 4th, 5th overtime?
He just kept going. The adrenaline was rushing. But, man, I felt in great shape because I promise you we run after every practice, and we pride ourselves on fourth quarter, and if we lucky, we get to play in overtime. So, and this time we got lucky times 5 because we got to play in 5 of them. So, I seen no tired bodies out there. We'll feel it tomorrow. That's just human nature. But when we're out there, nobody was tired because we're in great shape.
Boogie, Rolovich comes in with their run and shoot offense, always keeping 4 receivers out there, 1 running back. Can you talk about the challenges that type of offense presents, especially with the running quarterback?
You know, with this offense, this was something we haven't faced because, you know, we didn't play a quarterback that could really run like this, so they had the running aspect too. And, you know, they'll do 3 wide. They'll try to spread us out to open the box and then try to run on them. So it was just a lot of little stuff that we had to work on during practice and a lot of trickery stuff that they didn't even run, but they ran last week just to have us work on it and get our mind off what they like to do in their tendency. So it was just they had just a huge package.
After today's game, what's the mindset going into like the next practice or the next game?
Got to go back to work. We'll be here tomorrow.
The younger guys, freshmen, and switching out and everything.
Yeah.
How are those guys shaping up? Are they?
Oh, man, they're going to be good, man. Cade Hall is going to be amazing. D-Man DeManuel is going to be great. You know, we still have Cam Alexander and EJ and Christian Johnson and Terrell Townsend. So, I mean, when we leave, I promise you we'll just pass the torch to them, and they're going to keep on rolling because I have 100% confidence if I look to my left and my right and any one of them are in, I know they'll get the job done.
Any other questions for Boogie? Boogie, thank you very much.
Yep.